You're telling me every date was awful?
Well, the first girl was pretty, I guess.
Oh, now we're talking. Give me all of the details, no matter how NSFW.
Well, there's not much to tell. She was kind, but headstrong, a natural leader, crazy rich, too. She did talk a lot about her ex, though.
Oh.
I guess he was some handsome, outdoorsy, wild man type guy. But she did say I was a refreshing change of pace.
Ooh, there you go. Sparks. What was her name?
Zelda or Zelda or something. Honestly, I can't remember, because I completely blacked out when I found out she was a horse girl.
Gasp!
Yeah. When I came to, they were hauling me out of the courtyard and the guards were still trying to put out the stable fires.
Oh my, that story was indeed the wrong kind of hot.
Yeah, tell me about it. Before that, there was this weird girl named after a flower, like Daisy or something.
Oh, well at least you remembered her name. That's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, but only because she kept saying hi and repeating it every 5 minutes.
Hi, I'm Terry.
Plus, she was impossible to keep up with. First, she wanted to go go-karting, and then tennis, and then golf, and baseball, and soccer.
Oh yeah, sweaty.
Yeah, I was completely exhausted by the time we started taking turns walking around some giant board like we were Monopoly pieces or something. It was crazy.
That sounds like an art exhibit idea I once had. The fatigue of capitalism.
Oh, are you guys tired of the damn fat cats too? Because I just watched Fight Club, and let me tell you, I got some ideas.
No, Luke was just regaling me with a little break room gossip on the awful dates he'd found on, what's the name of the app again?
Oh, it's called Ranked Matchmaker. It's a dating app that sets you up on blind dates with other characters from the video game dimension.
Wait, Luke, are you dating again?
Yeah, I mean, I've been divorced since season 1. Figured it was about time old Luke jumped back in the swimming pool. Yeah.
Wow. And no luck yet, huh?
No, it's the worst. I keep blowing it. I mean, I'm from a game, but I got no game.
I can confirm it's even in his personnel file. It says right here, no game. Don't look at that HR only.
Ugh, and now my dating MMR is in the toilet. You guys gotta help me.
Oh, I think I have the perfect game that'll teach you how to wear down the ladies and woo the floozies.
Really?
Yes, it's called Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, gee. No, don't play that game.
Why? What's it about?
Oh, it's about this totally rad stud who can get with any woman or man he wants through the lost art of the pickup line.
Those games are just a bunch of sleazy, cheesy point and clicks, dude.
Shut up, they're art!
Jesus! My beta detector had gone full meltdown, hearing you losers whining about how pathetic your love lives are.
Oh, hey, boss. We were just talking about Luke's pathetic
I know, idiot! We keep the break room mic'd at all times in case of potential insurrections. Or worse, you guys idolizing that desperate, lame, low testosterone and cheese beta cuck, Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah, more like Leisure Suit Gary. Because Gary's an even stupider name than Larry.
Gary?
Oh, got him.
Oh, really? And I suppose you could recommend better?
Of course I can. Luke, if you want the real deal, a game, that recognized game, then look no further than that Andrew Tate-approved Super Seducer.
Oh, God, not that game.
Well, wait, what's that?
Just the ultimate interactive guide to using the patented Sigma male grind set to lock down targets, number close, and make that body count say, high score.
Oh, neat. It even sounds like a game.
No, Luke, you really don't want to play that game either.
What? Well, why? I gotta play something. I'm dying out here. Unless you guys can help me with dating advice.
Well, I mean, we've been married for a while, but...
To other people.
I guess the best advice that was most useful for me was never go to bed angry.
What? Why would I go to bed with a date angry?
Well, some people like it more feisty than others.
No, that's not what I... JB, what about you?
Okay, here. So the best advice I've ever gotten was always make time for date night.
Yeah.
So your dating advice is to take my date on a date.
Oh, yeah. Jake?
Oh, what about, never stop saying I love you?
Wow.
That one's coming out of your paycheck.
Fine. All right, we'll just play the stupid games, and then we'll tell you which one is better.
Oh, yeah, okay, that works. Thanks, guys.
Jeez. Ladies must have made dentist appointments to get out of dates with these three, am I right?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not true.
So, did you, mail order your wives, or what?
Shut up. We were total studs back in the day.
Yeah.
Perhaps they just made them at a build-a-waifu store.
We
What?
did.
More like Gabe's recognized lame. Am I right, boys? Give me some skin. Yeah, up high. Down low.
right.
To the side. Do-si-do.
Ha! Correct. Not ideal sexual candidates.
They're definitely not putting it in the USB-C tonight.
Hello and welcome to Game Corp, the best damn podcast this side of the video game dimension. We're your hosts. I am Cowboy.
I'm Jake.
And I'm JB, aka Juicy Banana.
Ooh, he got that potassium, baby.
Hell
Bananas
yeah.
don't have juice.
This
We're
is
the
so
only
juicy.
non-juice bearing fruits.
You can have banana juice, right?
Yeah, just fresh squeezed banana.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
can you, if you mush bananas together, doesn't it just turn into, baby food?
That's just mashed
No, that's-
banana potatoes.
I mean, have you ever
That's-
slapped two bananas together? What happens?
All the
Yes.
time. Banana babies.
It's weird that you would bring that up.
In today's episode, we're helping Luke get his groove back by battling two of the sleaziest games to ever grace our Steam library. That's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
it's Super Seducer versus Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Don't Dry. I don't even like saying the name.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
Bow, bow, bow. I mean, wah, wah. That's the better sound there.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
And to be fair, these aren't the sleaziest games on my Steam list, but we'll just say that they are because probably don't want to mention the other names.
Yeah, that's true. I see you playing them. It's crazy because Cowboy will go in
Incognito.
invisible mode to play Rocket League, but then
Yeah.
he'll come out of it to play
Just this weird little, it's opposite day over at Cowboy's house.
You guys aren't good at Rocket League.
I don't
Gotta go
want you to
invisible.
ruin my MMR.
I don't want you ruining my... Yeah, there's no MMR in Waifu Warrior 6. That's for sure.
I liked Waifu Warrior 5 better.
You would. Plot-driven drivel.
Oh, and before we get started, huge news. Our very own resident Jake from the podcast did something a little unexpected, unbelievable.
Oh, the galactic king of mine and yours hearts, the master of this podcast, my personal best friend and yours,
My goodness.
Jake. Motherfucking Jake. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
what
like
did-
Mario.
Why don't you tell the people what you did? Tell them what you did.
Tell them about your
Okay,
saintly
well,
ways.
I'm gonna take it from the beginning. And spoiler alert, I got these guys PlayStations. But this is how I did it. This is how I did it. So I saved up for a while, and I got super fucking lucky because I live in a small town, and twice I walked into a Walmart on a Friday morning in my fucking underwear, my pajamas, whatever. I walked in, I was just fitting in. And I walk into Walmart, and I'm lazily shopping for shit, and I walk over to the electronics section, and there's goddamn PlayStation 5s on the shelf. And I impulse bought one, on the spot. I was like, I need this. I don't know why. I already had one. I bought it. I fucking bought it. And then I came home with it, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? I need to give these to somebody. And I did it again 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, I did the same fucking thing. I walked into Walmart in my goddamn underwear. I walk over to the electronics section, and there's another one.
Wait,
and
so
I bought it. And
so
I
this
come
wasn't
home.
this wasn't like a single thing. This was like a relapse. I can't believe I did that. And then you walk
Yes.
back in 2 weeks later.
Yes, and I'm
That's what-
sitting here. I'm sitting here in my house with two PlayStation 5s.
I can't keep doing this.
Yes, and I'm sitting here. My wife is like, "There's something wrong with you." And I'm like, "I need to do this. I need to do this." No, honestly, I had the idea because basically I've had the PlayStation 5 for over a year, and my buddies have not. And how are we supposed to cover every game if we don't have all of the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We the buddies.
Yeah, to set the stage, my last PlayStation was the first one.
PlayStation 2, broken disk drive. That was mine.
Yeah, I played a lot of Cowboys PS2. We played GTA a lot.
So if you've noticed that this podcast thus far has been suspiciously absent of PlayStation stuff, but that's why. Because that shit was so hard to get. But anyway, I finally got them. And as soon as I got them, I threw them in the trunk of my... I drive a Kia Soul. I don't drive an expensive vehicle. That's important. File that away for later. I pile them in the back of my trunk and I say, it's go time. I tell these guys, we need to meet somewhere because we all live far away from each other,
Secluded.
Honestly. Yeah, we need to meet somewhere secluded and don't bring a gun. So, so I tell them we all meet in a central location, which happens to be Cowboy's place. We all meet there in the afternoon. I made sure to grab some really gross crepe snacks. They were like individually wrapped, like dry crepes with chocolate sauce or some shit in the middle.
I loved them. Fucking Showdown.
And I told them before, hey, I got a surprise for you guys. And they were expecting something. So they pull up.
Oh, yeah.
JB's already waiting there. Cowboy's inside. He comes outside. I'm standing by the trunk. And I bust out these crepe snacks. And I'm just like, guys, I needed to show you guys these crepes. They're delicious. I've been freaking out about them. This is the surprise. They're so good, right? And they're just opening it, and they're being such nice friends. Like, wow, great guy, wow.
And this
you made me drive from my house for this. This is great. Wow.
This is a plausible surprise from Jake. He would do weird shit like this.
I would do weird shit, and I've done weird shit before. I know.
I remember sitting there. I grabbed the waffle, and I was like, the little crepe. I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And I looked at the calories, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of calories for a crepe.
So anyway, I'm just giving them these crepes, and I'm like, isn't this the fucking best thing in the whole world? And then I go,
wow, it must be a good crepe.
And I go, guys, I stole crepes. And I crack open the trunk, and I'm like, and also these are for you. And the PlayStations were sitting there. And then, I mean, you got to hear it from these guys. I don't know what they felt, honestly.
Like, the first thing I remember thinking was, I don't see any crate. What the fuck? I was like, what? There's PS5s here. And then the wheels start turning. The little hamster goes. And I'm like, wait, why did he tell me to go into his trunk? There's no crepes. Like, did I want the crepe? Okay, well, there's PS5s here. Why is he showing me PS5s? There's two of them. There's two of us. He's here. He has a surprise for us. Is this the surprise? Is the surprise PS5s? And I think the first words that came out of my mouth was, what is wrong with you?
It was intense. Yeah, I hit him. I struck out and I hit him in the face.
Yep, to the dirt where he belongs.
Yeah, pretty much. He struck me down and started screaming, "Why have you done this to me?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I did it for you."
How could you? It was fight or flight more than anything, and I didn't have my shoes on, so like I couldn't run very fast. So like I had to hit him. But that's like what that kind of intense emotion will do to a person. It's just, it's adrenaline.
Yeah, because Jake had on the Nike, so if you miss, he's gone. You're not catching him.
Yeah, I was about to Air Jordan Space Jam over your house and fly away.
But it was out of love.
Didn't feel like it.
But it was a real wholesome moment. Like it was just a real, and I got to like. Cowboy's mom came out of his house, and I got to see her. And it was
it was like an impromptu family moment for you guys.
Yeah.
It was a weird set of circumstances that culminated into a weird situation. But yeah, my parents was there, my in-laws were there. Several people were just oddly there to see this,
and everyone started hugging and singing.
Yeah. We sang
everyone
Christmas
huddled
carols
around the PlayStation 5s. It was a beautiful moment. It was an absolutely beautiful moment. But that's not even the most important thing about this story.
It's not?
No, it's not.
It's not. So, me and my infinite wisdom, I took pictures of it beforehand in my trunk. Like, I took the two PS5s, I took a picture of it, and me, Mr. fucking Big Idea, was like, watch this. I'm going to do something viral on Reddit. I'm going to get to the top, and I'm going to use it as a stepping stone to talk about the podcast to grow our audience. I'm like, I'm a fucking genius. And I was sitting here next to just a coworker, like down on floor 6. And I had my phone out and I was like, hey, man, watch this. And I loaded up the picture. I posted a very clickbaity title, which is, I'm actually going to pull it up. Picture this. And I bet a lot of you guys who go on Reddit saw this.
You might have seen it,
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you
Our
threw shade or not. Because I posted, I was like, all right, let's get clickbaity
If you
with it.
did, let us know what you said.
Please let us know how bad you treated me. So I posted, wanted to play PS5 games with friends. Friends didn't have PS5s. Decided to change that.
Oh, yeah. Good title.
And it's just a picture of 2 PlayStation 5s in my trunk. And you couldn't like really make out what kind of car I was driving unless you knew. But it's just the frame of my trunk and the 2 also, this is important because for some reason people don't like it. Digital. I got the digital ones. I'm not rich. I had to opt for the cheaper versions. But
Who the fuck? Who deals with discs?
who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
Who the
I
fuck
don't.
cares? Y'all PC gamers, when's the last time you loaded up a CD-ROM?
I don't even have a CD drive.
Yeah, but anyway, I slapped that on Reddit and I looked at my coworker and I was like, watch this. And that shit exploded instantly. A few stats for you guys. It made it to the 2nd from the top posting on our gaming for like most of the day. 2.5 million people saw this fucking post.
But famous.
Are we, though? It had countless awards. Wow, helpful awards. Wow, that one wholesome award, I guess, and silver, yada, 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 yada. And I was like, yes, here's my chance. I'm going to post something that I'll be able to talk about the podcast. I'll be like, all right, here's some context, guys. I don't remember specifically what it was, but I wrote it, all right, well, here's some context, y'all. I've had a PlayStation for a while. My buddies haven't, and we wanted to play games together, so I saved up for a long time, and when I had the money, I did it, and I got it, and everyone's happy. Downvoted. Fucking downvoted. Reddit was like, no, fuck you, no, downvoted. And instantly, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, it's going to be one of those. So everything that I posted in the posting got downvoted to oblivion. People started calling me a narcissist. People started saying that he must make $250,000 a year to be able to buy PlayStations for his friends. And a lot of people were like, I wish I had friends, and it got real sad.
Yes, there's a weird mix of emotions coming across that board.
Yeah, and there were a few people who were like, wow, this was really nice of you. How great. And the other one was like, he's a fucking scalper. He don't have friends. He's going to sell that for $1 million. And it was wild, and it was so negative and so crazy, and I'm sitting here with a post that was fucking gangbusters, and I couldn't do anything with it. I was so disappointed, because I don't care about Reddit points or anything like that. Like, who cares? It doesn't do anything for you. My moment to promote the show went down in fucking flames.
Yeah, because that was the goal, right? Like, we make something that we're really proud of, and we like being a part of it, and we like what we create, and we think it's pretty good. I mean, not to toot our own horn, but toot toot toot. And so it's like, hey, this is a moment to get us out there, and maybe some other people will like it, and we can make them happy or something. Well, and it turned into a total dumpster fire. Like, it was so bad.
It's not really even fair, too, because when somebody blows up viral on Twitter, they plug their little thing as their first comment. Like, hey, check out this Patreon or something. And nobody downvotes them to hell. They're like, oh, yeah, you blew up. Go plug your little thing. And, like, we plug ours, and this whole thing was wholesome. It really was at the heart. Maybe Jake's motives were ulterior. All of his motives are but it was really wholesome.
The
at heart.
obligation, which some people said, by the way, not to cut you off.
Oh, the obligation.
I would feel so obligated, I'd be sick. I wouldn't even accept it. Like, what
somebody
are
was
you
saying, like, oh yeah, and then the moment they want to play with you and you don't, like, you're just going to be upset. Like, it's like a whole thing now. And I'm like, what the fuck? They have no idea. They're just making up these weird situations in their head. Because the moment I was like, I realized, after I got it, and I was like, oh, so now we can play games together. And you were like, or you can just play what you want. And I'm like, no, but like we could play games together. And you're like, yeah, like just go play whatever you want. And I'm like, Can we play games together? And you're like, see you later.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. You really did.
And I added you, and I think you show away constantly. Like, you don't want to play with anybody.
It reminds me of, like, the Always Sunny in Philadelphia boat episode where he's like, the implications.
Yeah.
It was like,
I had to track you down. Like, I had to find your name, Cowboy. I was just like, hey, here's my name, and Cowboy added me. But I had to track you down, you crazy bastard.
I mean, I got to be honest. I felt very obligated to enjoy it. Like, I had to play games, and I had to have fun, and I even said woohoo at some moment, and I felt like I was pressured into that, and I felt very uncomfortable about the joy I experienced for a good 5, 6, 7 hours. And that's your fault, Dave.
Yep, I was obligated to find a place to put it and plug it into the wall, and also my TV, and enjoy HDR10. Ugh.
Oh, man.
What an obligation.
It was so funny when people are like, I know for a fact. And I see all these things of, oh, he totally just... And I've seen these things, and I'm like, oh, nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. When people comment on a post, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I literally wanted to get in there and be like, you're wrong. Hey, you're wrong. You're just sad. You need help. You're wrong. You're wrong. Like, it was bad. It was all...
but that's the Reddit hive mind, man. Like, you can't even do that. You can't go in there and say, nah, man, you're wrong. I'm the guy who got one. And they'd be like, fuck you! And downvote you too.
They're like, oh, you're just working with him. You're a scalper team. Like, no, it's just you on your alt account.
Yeah. Nice try, Sony advertising.
Everything. You work with Sony. That's just 2 PS5s in a trunk. They just put them back on the shelves afterwards. Like, everything. Every negative connotation, everything you could come up with that is just takes joy out of the world is like, they thought of it.
And you know what's crazy? Is about a week and a half later, I had to go to Walmart to pick up some random stuff. You know what I saw there?
No.
I saw PS5s.
Was there
just
one on the
chilling.
shelf? No shit?
Yeah, a dude was like, I walk in, and a dude is literally walking out with a PS5. And I'm like, oh, look, they got one too. And then I like go in the back, and there's PS5s.
No way.
And they also had this, the thing I actually ended up buying was a Funko Pop of what's his name? He's like the dark version of the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange, but the dark one. Anyway. I got that Funko Pop.
Dr. Meanie.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Sinestro?
No,
That's
he's like Doctor Strange, but from the multiverse. He's got the third eye. Anyway, I got that Funko Pop, and I was excited about it. Yeah, Dr. Evil. Yeah. And then also, after I got home, I remember checking Reddit a little bit later, and you know what shows up on my feed? 2 more posts of people showing PS5s that they just walked into Walmart and got.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what the comment section was like? It was fine. It was fine. Like one I saw, somebody was like, I can't believe you didn't put the seatbelt on it, and the seatbelt was literally on it. Like it's like it's so much worse than you just read the headline. It's like you didn't even look at the picture. You just Reddit shows it. I don't know.
Our gaming on Reddit doesn't want joy and like spreading and spreading of the wholesomeness. They want like selfishness. They're like, I bought this for me. There was only one left. It's mine. They're like, hell yeah, bro. That's for you.
Brutal. Weird. Well, I mean, okay,
anyway.
So we could go on and on about that, but Reddit's going to come get us. They're going to come get us again for round 2.
Come at me, Reddit.
I do want to know, like, we don't have to go on forever about it, but, like, what have you guys been doing with, like, what did you guys play?
Oh, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which...
Hell yeah.
I wanted to play when it first came out, and then I found out it was a PlayStation exclusive, and let me tell you something. I was worried when I got this PS5. I was a little worried that I was going to hate it because honestly, I've hated PlayStation for a long time, and it has nothing to do with the company. I have no feelings about Sony whatsoever. I don't think about them. I don't think about PlayStation. The controllers. I think the PlayStation controllers are some of the worst controllers ever made, and I was so worried that I was going to sit down and play this and hate it. And I sat down. The controllers are fine. Like, I was like, oh, hey, look at this. I get to, because for some reason, Xbox controllers, I find them more ergonomic, and I was worried. But maybe my hands have gotten bigger, and now it's better for it. Because last time I played PlayStation was PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny difference because, like, Xbox is beefier, so, like, you feel like you're grabbing 2 Miller Lights, your big, beefy things. And then when you play Sony's controller, you feel like you have to have your pinkies out. Like, I'm playing a PlayStation, and you have your pinkies out, and you have a thin mustache that only covers, like, a little bit of your lip, and you have a brandy, and you're wearing a robe. Like, you're playing PlayStation. But like when you play Xbox and you hold that beefy controller, like that Slim Jim, snap into a Slim Jim controller, you have NASCAR on, you're slamming natty lights. Like,
hell yeah.
They just have different feels.
Yeah. And as far as games, like PlayStation exclusives are something that, like, they're exclusive to PlayStation. So I haven't been able to play a lot of them. And one of the ones I missed the most was Spider-Man. Like, swinging around as a web slinger is one of my favorite things. And I haven't been able to do it since the PS2 era, really, or maybe PS1. So that was like the very first game I loaded up. What about you, Cowboy?
Nice. I actually made this thematic. I began the PS5 the same way I began PlayStation, my foray into PlayStation, which is, say it with me, boys, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
The remake. That's my first PS1 game, and it is now my first PS5 game.
Nice.
Fucking mixed reviews on this because half the team working on this did fucking phenomenal, and half the team on this did fucking abysmal. And the best way to put it is the people who did the art and the production and the music and everything you look and listen to, great. Mm-hmm. Everything as far as story and writing and tone and the stupid anime Japanese, nothing against that, but in my game, I hate it. I hate it. Final Fantasy was not a cutesy anime style game where one of the characters pauses and then does a 2-finger peace sign next to their eye and winks. That was not Final Fantasy 7 was about identity crises and about like polluting the planet and all this heavy shit with heavy characters. And they changed that. And I'm like, okay, the tone's off. But the people who made the levels and the musics and the sound and character design and models, fucking phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So there's a duality. It's difficult.
Was there not like a kawaii, like,
no,
there was not one of those characters?
There was a talking cat.
That cat, spoiler alert, that cat fucking double crosses you and is an agent and does horrible stuff and gets you like kidnapped into slavery. That's not adorable. It's a cat on a
There's a cat and there's honeybees and there's dinosaur people and stuff, isn't it? So
stop.
What if peace sign anime girl double crosses you?
It doesn't matter. I don't care if they give her edge. I have a problem that every single girl did that. Jessie though? Oh, they did Jessie right in this one. I love Jessie in this one.
Wait, I thought that's the one you were talking about.
Well, no, Jessie used to be such a bit character in the first original one.
Yeah,
she was
they
like
made
nothing.
Jessie an actual character. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is kind of anime, but that was her personality in the game, I feel like they did her right. I kind of like her.
I had no problems with that game. I thought it was great. Like the remake I felt was a different game than the original, but it was really good.
It was very different.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
They hard missed on some very important stuff, but there's very good stuff about it. And that's about it. That's all. I'm moving on to God of War next, 2018.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait.
I downloaded that. I haven't started it yet.
You guys play it. It's one of the best games I've ever played in my goddamn life. It is
I'm excited,
so good.
I actually am.
And when I saw the preview for Ragnarok, holy shit. I grabbed the table and it shook. It shook.
The ground doth sunder.
Yes. I'm super excited for it. But all right, man. I'm glad that you guys actually enjoyed it. That was my main goal there. I'm glad that you guys got to play the games that you finally been waiting to play.
Yeah, not to overstate it, but thanks.
Yeah,
thanks.
Whatever.
Oh, you should also we might need to have an intervention for Cowboy because I was you didn't private your game history and I looked through there and you know what I saw?
Oh my God.
What'd you see?
You know what I saw?
No, don't say it.
Rocket League.
Yeah, it's my baby. It was my baby boy played
League
it.
On it.
I saw you playing Rocket League, and Cowboy's history with Rocket League, if anybody remembers, we've talked about this. He is addicted to Rocket League in such a way that he has deleted it probably 10, 15 times, uninstalled it.
30,000 hours on that game.
Listen, let me clear the air. Can I be honest with you? I literally have not played it on the PS5. That was all my son, Jack. Because
I see.
Because he wanted to play with me. Yeah, I've relapsed. I'm back on the goddamn sauce. What do you want from me? I'm playing Rocket League.
I've been playing Rocket League too. We should play.
Shut up.
Yeah, let's do
Don't enable me. What are you, my dealer now? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I got ranked. I'm platinum. I need to get back up to diamond.
I'm on that strong shit,
Or I'm
dude.
diamond. I need to get up to platinum.
Platinum, I can't even feel that anymore. That doesn't get me there.
What's above it? What's above it? Super Saiyan? I don't know. I don't play.
Grand champion.
Grand
and then
champion.
Supersonic
Grand
Legend.
champ, supersonic.
But
yeah.
I played some
Platinum,
bronze
diamond.
guys and they beat me, and I said that's enough.
You played
Yeah, I need-
toddlers if you played bronze.
I need my star decal. That's what I need.
We shouldn't talk about it. I'm jonesing right now.
Yeah, me too. You want to just like stop? Like let's quit the day. We'll take some PTO. We'll go home. We'll play some Rocket League. It'll be fine.
We can
16,
close the
17
blinds.
Yeah, we don't
Put
have
on
to tell our
some,
family where we are.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, put on that fucking what's that band? Pink Floyd. Put on some Pink Floyd. Close the blinds. Lava lamp.
Teacher, leave those kids alone.
Did you
then
just
play
that
some
one
Rocket
band,
League.
Pink Floyd?
Yes,
They
I
did.
did.
Did you just?
There's nothing against them. It's against me. Bad memory. All right, listen. I was gonna call them. Who's the other band?
Pink Panther?
Technically,
Yeah,
they're not Van Halen.
Aerosmith.
they are not Van Halen. Okay, all right.
Now, if there's one thing we love here at Game Corp more than gaming addiction,
Led Zeppelin.
it's offloading our Led Zeppelin. That's the
not
one.
Van Halen,
Yep,
Led
yep,
Zeppelin.
you're right. It's offloading our work onto our interns. So now it's time to do just that with our new segment, Ask the Interns.
Woo! Ask the
Hell
Interns.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the brand.
It's pretty simple. We ask you a question, you answer it, we get free content, you get. It's basically the Konami code for podcasts. It's just great.
It's basically like those article websites that just post to Reddit and then crowdsource a good article.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hey intern, can you write that down? Yeah.
10 of the
Yeah.
top bosses in video games, according to Reddit.
Nice.
Fuck you, dude. Write your own
Eat it up,
articles.
BuzzFeed.
Eat it up, BuzzFeed.
Now, Ask the Interns is brought to you by Machete Illegal Pheromone Spray. This little baby packs a punch. Just one little spritz and you can be like every guy ever in every beer, cologne, car, clothes, or prescription drug commercial. Literally rolling in the... I'm not going to say that. I'll just skip. Okay, Machete Illegal Pheromone Spray will leave pheromoning and Jesus Christ, guys. It's like unbelievably graphic. I think Terry might have written this ad.
Sounds like Axe body spray.
Yeah, okay. Let me see here. Okay, so you'll walk around strutting your stuff like a lion on the Serengeti because that's where we source this from. You remember Cecil? Ha ha, what a beta cuck. Oh my god. That's the lion who was murdered. It was really sad.
I remember that.
What?
Yeah, 1.2 ounce bottle now for the low price of $200 and your pride. Machete Illegal Pheromone Spray. Buy it or die a virgin. Your choice. Oh my god.
Is it my choice?
That was a little rough.
Did I just get negged by an
I
advertisement?
think so. I'm a little turned on. I don't know how I feel
hot
about
here.
this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have a kid. What happens if I don't buy it? Are they going to
Oh.
take them?
Time travel.
Can you re-virgin?
Can
Yeah.
you revert?
Can you be born again virgin?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. For our first ever Ask the Intern, we asked the age-old question, would you rather fight one Bowser-sized Pikmin or 100 Pikmin-sized Bowsers? And to start us off, we started off strong because we totally posted this immediately. We didn't forget and do this last minute and push the podcast because Jake got the vid. None of that happened. This is the good timeline. This is the good timeline. So
We didn't post it 4 hours ago.
no, why would we? That's insane. Why would we do that? All right, so we got 21st Century Fool who says, I was originally going to say one Bowser-sized Pikmin, but since it's Training Wheels Smash Brothers, oh yeah, a little bit of context. There was a little back and forth between Cowboy and 21st Century Fool. Talk about the rules. Like, what are we doing? Can we use codes, cheats, anything like that? Where are we fighting? Are we on, the Smash Brothers flat level? Are we, where are we? So we're fighting in a CVS or any equivalent.
Yeah,
The rules are or any pharmacy of any kind. We have 3 stock lives, no items, no odd job, of course.
Yeah,
Naturally.
no golden gun, but I thought that was like, obviously.
Yeah, naturally. Like, yeah. So 21st Century Fools, since it's Training Wheels Smash Brothers, I feel like the better pick is 100 Pikmin-sized Bowsers. Which I think is fair. I mean, have you done those ones where it's like kill 50 of these guys and they just die in one hit?
That's in Smash Brothers, and that's
That
like
is in Smash
like the
Brothers.
funnest level.
Why would you think Bowser would die in one hit, though? Have you guys ever tried to punch a turtle?
No.
Not yet. But it's
Blunt
on my
Life
list.
says 1 Bowser-sized Pikmin. Since you didn't specify which color Pikmin it would be, I already like this already.
He always has like the technical know-how.
He's like,
Tom-
well.
Tom from Bad Elephant Gaming, also with his gas station nickname, Blunt Life.
Yeah,
Blunt Life.
when I thought of this question, this is exactly the type of answer I was hoping for.
Yep.
So I am glad I haven't. So since I can specify whatever Pikmin color it would be, I would easily win by forcing it into a body of water, since 6 of the 7 known Pikmin species cannot survive in bodies of water. And I love that he said 6 of the 7 known, because he knows they're going to come out with more. So it's like, we're going to discover them. It's like it's free.
Hey,
Yep.
Pikmin
Such
4
a
is coming
little
out
thing.
someday.
It's a little thing, but it means a lot. Like plethora. If I did get matched by a Bowser-sized blue Pikmin, I would just hit him with a can of Raid. Problem solved.
Huh.
Oh,
Raid? They're
Raid.
not bugs.
I'm not
Raid will
100%
kill
sure.
anything.
I mean, poison in your... Okay,
Poison
if somebody
is
unloaded a
pretty
can
good.
of bug poison in my face, I'd probably die.
True. But he is Bowser-sized. Do you have to go by weight, or is it age?
Can you eat it? Isn't it like a plant? Wouldn't it be like biting into bok choy?
Maybe. Becca says 100 Pikmin-sized Bowsers. I can kick and stomp and eat them away.
That's fair.
True.
We
How
also
big
have...
are Pikmin? Are they like...
Oh, I looked it up. They're like 3 inches. They're real tiny.
In
3
real life? In
inches?
real life, Pikmin are tiny.
Yeah, they're real small.
3 inches is nothing. Did you think about this question?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
103
No,
inch.
that's twice as big as they actually are. They're 1.14 inches tall.
I wouldn't know.
So we're fighting inch-tall Bowsers.
Exactly, but 100 of them. Like you've read Gulliver's
Yeah,
Travels, right? Like
They got him. They got
Yeah, and
Gulliver.
I've seen pictures of Bowser with a gun. I
Mhm.
mean, it could end pretty bad.
it sure can. Then we have Nutrageous King, who says, "Damn it, I forgot again." So
Oh, good answer.
that's a
true.
great answer. That
You
is such a
forget.
good answer. Now, Cowboy, I know you asked this question on Twitch. Can you regale us with the answer, since I don't have that at my fingertips?
Yeah, I jumped into a good buddy and an amazing streamer. If you guys don't know him, you should. His name is Captain Morgan, also known as the Intergalactic Pinecone. He is taking Twitch by storm. He's a new breed. He says and does whatever the fuck he wants. That's his tagline. He's amazing. Check him out. Intergalactic Pinecone. I jumped in. I was like, hey, if somebody were to last minute, I don't know, throw an audience question and ask the intern question out, like, what would you answer? It's not what we're doing, but like theoretically. And I didn't get it verbatim because it's Twitch and like that shit's like into the ether. But I definitely remember him saying that he would very likely fight the giant Bowser.
Which wasn't one of the options. I applaud it, right? Like, I don't
He
need
would
the
fight
small
giant
one.
Bowser.
I don't need the
He'd be
small
like,
one. Give me the real one.
Yeah, he
He's
upgraded.
playing hard mode.
He upgraded the question, and it's because Bowser is literally a moron, which he is.
Mm-hmm.
Bowser is a
True.
moron, and I think he said, punk ass bitch, but I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Come on, he's the single father doing his best.
You heard it here first, folks. The single father doing his best is a punk ass bitch.
Ooh, hot take.
I'm pretty sure they haven't heard it here first. I'm sure that's a dissenting opinion somewhere.
I've heard it around the water cooler.
Comes up a lot.
And then we also, from Twitter, we got Knights of the Living Podcast, who says, I feel like I could beat the fuck out of a Pikmin. And then there's a picture of a little blue Pikmin. And it does look like you could beat the fuck out of it. So.
Even Bowser sized.
Yeah. But then the Gaming Together podcast goes opposite, I think,
Really?
and says, fire is still fire, no matter how small. And I don't know if they're talking about, like,
No,
because Bowser...
it's
Bowser breathes fire. 100 little. It's basically 100 little lighters running.
100 flamethrowers burning your feet to fucking nothing.
That's how they kill
You're like
you. They
standing
burn
on a
your house
grill,
down.
dude. That's insightful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what?
All right.
Yeah, I guess
So-
it is like little like lighters, but even still.
Yeah, so we have some really good answers here, and we teased it a little bit last time when we talked about if your answer is the
right.
best, if you have the best answer, you get a special prize, and it's something we've been
Special
thinking
prize.
about for a long time. It's going to be super worthwhile. It's going to give you a sense of entitlement,
Locked in
not
our minds.
entitlement. Like what's the EA?
Sports.
Yeah,
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
it's in the game, so it's going to give you that.
accomplishment.
Sure.
Oh yeah, pride and accomplishment.
That's right. So we now need to pick which one that is. So I guess we just, I don't know, vote?
Sure.
All right, and we're back. We spent some time. We figured it out. This is our very first Ask the Interns. We wanted to make sure we got the answer right. There's no room for mistakes here.
No, we deliberated for 45 minutes. There were 7 bathroom breaks because we can't hold it.
It was intense. Well, lapels were grabbed. People were shook. It was like the movie 12 Angry Men.
Yep.
But it was like 2 angry men, and JB was like, he was in the middle. He was
kind of angry, I guess.
He was a little angry.
I was a little upset. It was like more annoyed.
It was like 2.5 Angry Men, like that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though we all had different favorites for our number one position, there was one common thread that permeated all of our top of lists. Like if we did a top 10 list of these 5 answers we received, there was one common thread.
One common denominator.
Yeah, one common denominator. And that was this person here who, with bravado, with class,
Gusto,
with undeniable sexuality, said, I feel like I could beat the fuck out of a Pikmin. That's the Night of the Living podcast.
Night of the Living podcast.
Congratulations.
Woo!
Hell yeah, you won. The first ever Ask the Interns. So now, it's time to reveal the super secret special prize.
Ooh.
Night of the Living podcast is going to win the amazing, coveted, priceless, impressive title of Intern of the 2-week period between episode releases. That's right. Hell yeah. Keep an eye out on Twitter for your prize.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.
You deserve
It's
it.
a lot.
Good
but
job.
You
It
earned
is a lot. So this episode, we're going to keep it sexy, and we're going to ask you, out of all the Smash Brothers characters, which one would you smash, brothers? Or sisters, or my non-binary siblings. So go ahead and send us your answers on social media or through Spotify. The best answer as chosen by us 3 will become our next Intern of the 2-week period between episode releases.
But
I feel like I really shouldn't have outsourced the title creation to Professor Leviathan, but it's okay. It's fine.
It's very descriptive. It's right on point.
Hey meatbags.
Yes, Anne?
For some reason, Luke wants to know if you've picked a game yet.
No, not yet. I mean, probably won't know until the end of the show.
I see. Should I inform him of that? That you continue to disappoint him with your terrible friendship?
Jeez, Anne, we're not terrible friends to Luke.
Oh yeah? And Internet Explorer doesn't show up late to LAN parties. You 3 are the worst.
What? We see Luke all the time, and we're great friends with him.
Great friends. Who often talk over him and make him the butt of your jokes.
Well, I mean, that's just like for comedic effect. Like, we're a funny podcast. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Well, it does to me. He's not just a punching bag for your stupid show.
And you're totally blowing it out of proportion. We're not mean to Luke.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to help him meet women. Something only real best friends do for each other.
You. What?
Yeah, that's why we're playing these games, to help him get his groove back.
You imbeciles. You walking genetic failures.
What?
First you bully him, now you're trying to push him into dating before he's ready. You 3 are literally human garbage, which is worse than regular garbage.
No, it's not that. Man, are you doing all this?
Wasn't it a woman who broke his heart in the first place? And your solution is more women? Are you insane?
It's just dating. It's not a big deal.
More flimsy, bacteria-crusted, sacks of unstable hormones and STDs? More egotistical flesh puppets at the mercy of time
good.
and space.
She's making the office equipment go
absolute
haywire.
Morons. They can't see him for the genius he really is. They'll just label him and hurt him, even
Dude, this
if
place
he
is gonna
likes them.
explode if she doesn't stop.
They'll just die one day and he'll be sad again.
Anne, stop. You gotta calm down.
You can't let him go on a single date or he could possibly...
And he's already been on 3.
What?
Yeah, and it was his idea in the first place.
That doesn't make sense. He said,
Look, Anne, he's...
I have to go.
Oh, and she's gone.
Okay. Well, that was heavy. While we unpack all that emotional baggage, let's go ahead and take a word from our sponsor. But when we return, get ready for a sleazy showdown of seduction. Cat noise.
What?
I can't. You know I can't do it.
I thought you were. It's just meow.
I know how it sounds. I can't
like
do it.
It's like a
medical condition, all right?
Can
I
you
just
just
can't
say
meow.
meow?
It's like people who can't whistle.
Okay, but try.
Meow.
Yeah, that was fine.
Meow. No, it
was great,
No, you
dude.
guys do the noise. You actually make it sound like...
Okay, that's break. I'm going to go suck down some Mario mushrooms and see how tall I can get.
Yeah, that can't be good for your body, right?
I'm about to find out.
Oh, hey, what's this? Did we get a new training VHS?
Oh, yeah. That came in this morning. Hey, intern, you want to watch this and just kind of fill out the details for us, give us a summary at the end, you know? Yeah, I'm going to take that silence as a yes. It feels like a yes to me.
Sweet. Back in a few.
Hey there, and welcome to Game Corp. I'm Dr. Destructo, Senior Training Manager and Overseer of Employee Onboarding. You may know me from the hit PS1 game Boom Boom Blow 'em Up. By now, you should be well adjusted to your internship here at Game Corp, pending you didn't perish in the combat arena or flunk your Microsoft proficiency test. Now, I'm pretty sure that through hundreds of carefully crafted training modules and near 24/7 peer shadowing, you have a handle on what's expected of you here at Game Corp. But today, I wanted to help make it clear what is and isn't acceptable behavior while in the office. I've collected a few recent examples of employee conduct that we will go over to see if you have a bead on the Game Corp do's and don'ts. Feel free to shout at the TV if you know the answer. In our first scenario, a Game Corp employee traveled to a Pokemon dimension, caught far more mons than he needed, and dumped them in a river. Is this acceptable behavior? Of course it is. This bright employee is saving company overhead by reducing unnecessary food expenditures those little monsters would surely incur. In our second scenario, employees from multiple departments get together more than once to drink on the job. They drink in excess and try to perform the job functions of other departments on a dare. Is this acceptable behavior? Sure, as long as your boss is in on it too. In our final scenario, a member of upper management, when faced with termination, kicks a member of the Shadow Council into a hell dimension, thwarting their plans and preserving the jobs of everyone in the building. Is this acceptable behavior? No, it isn't. And frankly, I have no idea what the ramifications of that one would be. Our legal team hopes this little exercise in office place morality has helped clarify the do's and don'ts while employed here at Game Corp. As always, I'm Dr. Destructo. Now get back to work.
Okay, places, everyone. Hey, boss, you ready?
I was bored ready, idiot.
Okay, that was mean.
Yo, I got the bois machine, primed up and ready. Give me the signal.
Not this time. I've given what's-his-face over there a little something special to kick this one off. Hit it, dork.
Oh, was that me? I'm what's his... All right, here we go.
Love is war, and war is kinky. Romance is in the air, and Luke from IT is looking for his side piece so he can live to love another day. Problem is, Luke's lost his groove, so he's come to us to learn the ways of a true pickup artist. Today's games have been hand-chosen to act as a guide to teach Luke everything he needs to round third and bring it all home. Will Leisure Suit Larry's over-the-top innuendo and unflinching determination to please give Luke the strength he needs to withstand the storm of rejection until he meets his soulmate? Or will Super Seducer Sigma Grindset show Luke that all women fall for the same tricks, and that the right woman is the one standing in front of him at any given moment? Only one game will survive the day and help Luke get his groove back in today's head-to-head showdown. Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry versus Super Seducer.
And to kick it off is our special guest announcer, Josh from Bad Elephant Gaming. Take it away, Josh.
In this corner, the king of sleaze, the Duke of Cheese. He's got the appeal and the chin of a shaved ferret, and puts the sexy back in sexy offender. Ladies, lock your doors and palm your bear mace for the one, luckily, the only Larry Laffer of Leisure Suit Larry. Wet dreams don't dry. And in this corner, the Sultan of Seduction, the master of mansplaining. He's got more silky hair than self-awareness, and is responsible for more cringe dialogue than a Teletubbies erotic fan fiction. Grab your red pills and get ready to celebrate the bedside bachelor himself, Richard Larina of Super Seducer.
The Office Code of Combat has been officially enacted, and these two games now have no choice but to battle to the death to determine which game will help Luke get his groove back. The fate of their worlds are at stake, and two brave heroes have entered the ring to fight on their behalf. Jake will be arguing in favor of Super Seducer, and JB will be arguing for Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. The match will consist of 3 5-minute rounds, appropriately themed around the classroom, the lesson, and the teacher. These rules are simple. Keep the argument focused on the topic, or your opponent will call you out, and that's totes embarrassing. If it's a clean sweep, then you take the win outright. But if one of them gains a 2-1 lead, the runner-up gets 1 minute to state their case before the judge, before the final decision is cast. Round 1, the classroom. This is going to be where the lesson takes place. So this is the game, the setting, and the overall environment. So we're going to start with opening statements. Jake, winner of the coin toss, you got 1 minute on the clock. And begin.
What does corporate America love more than anything else? A training module. Super Seducer isn't just a game. It's a full-on lesson plan with 10 different scenarios that allow lonely boys and beta bitches to fail upwards into the arms of beautiful women, no matter how bad they are at basic socialization. All you have to do is watch the amazing Richard La Ruina enter the scene like a goddamn lion and stalk his pencil-skirted prey in a number of public scenarios like coffee shops and clubs and on the sidewalk until suddenly, the video stops and you choose what to do next. Have absolutely no clue how to talk to women? No worries! Even the bad answers play out hilariously, and at the end, you get a stern talking to about why you don't grope women for your own amusement. This easy-to-follow, literal training module will have you doing the Macarena with Chelsea Bell from the bookstore before you can say, "Do these pleats make my penis look too fat?"
And with 5 seconds to spare, what a line to end on. JB. 1 minute on the clock. Opening statements now.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen and cowboy of the jury, what do we never have enough of? Say it with me.
Apple.
Time. That's right, time. When you are Luke and literally your whole life revolves around getting a date, like right now, you do not have time to get deep into the nuances of conversation and romance theory. No, you need to get straight to the point, and that's what you get in Leisure Suit Larry. It's so efficient with your time that it even teleports you 30 years into the future to 10 years ago. Listen, we don't have time to get into the specifics. You'll jump straight into the action. No intro, no tutorial, no lesson plan. Just get in there, and get out. You'll find yourself in true-to-life locations, but boiled down to like the most general themes like Apple headquarters, rundown bar, sex club, carnival, literal prison. Best of all, these locations are filled with local singles ready to mingle who are also boiled down to their basic stereotypes, like football player confused about his sexuality, alt-rock chick who's like down to find her stolen guitar, and also let's not forget the cam girl with dreams of doing something bigger on stage, naked. And the best part, you learn how to use your... Is that my time?
Oh, that's time. Oh, that's time. Oh, that's time.
I didn't get to the best part, but best of all, and I didn't even. Oof, that's gonna hurt me in the points.
I love the mystery though.
What will it teach you? Who knows? No one will ever know.
Regardless, beautiful introduction. Let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this battle for the classroom. An all-out argumentative street brawl. You guys have 5 minutes on the clock. Fight.
And the best part, you get to learn how to use your phone to get dates, which I think is what people do now.
Oh, wow. Are you just... Hey, are you finishing up your 1 minute
it's 5
minutes? Are you kidding me?
There's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball.
There is actually no rules a dog can't play basketball.
There is absolutely a rule about the best way to train somebody in a subject, and that is corporate mandated training modules. We've all had them, and we know the success is unparalleled to anything else. And Super Seducer is built like a training module.
Oh, yeah.
You get in there, and it teaches you step by step every single scenario in the world. There's only 10. And it teaches you every scenario in the world, how to talk to every woman in every situation. That's to success.
That's such a good point. Jake, I've seen you do training modules, and you know what you know what I see happen? Next. Hey, what's the answer for number 1? See? Okay, got it. Yeah, there's no nothing there. There's no actual learning. It's just trying to get through it and trying to get a good grade. You don't actually retain any information, which is where Leisure Suit Larry comes in, because it provides not only a realistic but an efficient portrayal of what it's like to date in the modern world.
Excuse me, sir. You cannot skip in these training modules in Super Seducer. It plays out every single little bit, and it stops, and you have so many different options to choose. You can't skip those options.
Oh,
you choose an option.
Spacebar. You use spacebar.
You can skip the video if you want to be a beta loser, but if you're on that Sigma grind set, like Luke is gonna be at the end of this episode, you don't skip, and you listen to King Richard's advice, and he gives you very specific advice in every single scenario, and it plays out beautifully, and at the end, oh my God, the beautiful women are just flowing all over him, because you choose the answer that's right, and he tells you as much after you do it.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. But the thing about Leisure Suit Larry is, like, you get all of these. What do you get in Super Seducer? You get random lady on the street that you approach. That's not realistic.
They're beautiful.
That's not realistic. You don't
They're
approach
LA 10s,
women.
baby.
You think Luke is going to approach an LA 10 on the street? Absolutely not. He's not learning anything useful. He needs to go with Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. He's going to go to the weird, grungy sex club where they're inserting their USBs into USB ports. That's where he's going to go. And he needs.
You think Luke doesn't deserve an LA 10? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
Is this on the record right now? Are you saying Luke does not deserve any woman he wants at any given time?
Key point. He doesn't want an LA 10. He wants an LA 1 and 0. That's what he wants. Boom. Mic drop. Where's some? Can I actually? I think it's attached, actually.
It's on a boom.
It is on a boom. Leisure Suit Larry is just better for Luke, like, overall, because the environment is more conducive to the way Luke likes to learn. And that's not through multiple choice, choose the answer. Luke's a problem solver. He wants to get in there deep. He wants to explore. He doesn't want to be on rails. Luke's a free man.
But Luke is also a corporate man. And Luke's profile is exemplary. I'm sorry, it is. He's current.
He is.
Nobody else in this office is current. He's current. He takes it seriously. And also, Mr. King Richard, God of all men and women and lovely whatevers, he knows how to talk to women in every single scenario. And that's what Luke is struggling with right now.
Objection.
If he wants to learn.
This is about the environment, not about the teacher. That comes later.
Oh my goodness, if you would let me finish, sir. If you would let me finish, I would say his advice is displayed beautifully with multiple choice answers ranging from totally absurd, like let me pull my wiener out, to the most beautiful, amazing answer. And when you choose it, you're presented with Mr. Richard sitting on the bed with beautiful women saying, you did such a good job. And I think Luke needs some encouragement, man. He came to us. He needs encouragement. And the way that Super Seducer is played out gives you beautiful encouragement, makes you laugh when you do it wrong, and rewards you when you do it right.
Luke does not need all that encouragement. It just takes up too much time. Luke is efficient. He's a coder. He's a programmer. He gets in there and he wants from point A to point Z. How do I get there as quick and as efficient as possible? He doesn't need all this hand-holding stuff. He just needs the truth. And the truth is Leisure Suit Larry has an environment much more conducive for teaching Luke how to get women, because honestly, look at the women that are in Leisure Suit Larry, and I guarantee you those are the type of women that Luke is going to go after.
And that is time. I got to say, great arguments on both sides. Obviously, I have to say that, but I actually mean it. I think, JB, you made a lot of interesting points that were surprising.
Oh, no, you said me first. That means I lose.
Hey, it might be one of those compliment sandwiches. You never know.
It's not, but okay.
You made a lot of good points that were surprising, and I liked them. And Jake, you were very varied in the amount of angles that you took. Obviously, the corporate angle, the way that it teaches, the way that Luke likes to learn. JB, I felt like you relied maybe a little too much on how the environment was his type, and you You kept using...
like I was arguing to the point? The argument was the classroom, and Jake was saying, well, if you look at this guy, the teacher, he gives a lesson that is in an environment, and then somehow
if I had
wins.
a gavel, I would bang it.
Wow, don't color the argument.
I call a mistrial.
I'm banging the gavel.
I'm just going to say, I called objection, and I heard nothing from the judge. I heard nothing.
Gavel,
if this is not a mistrial, I don't know what is.
Bailiff.
Get off me. Get off me.
I want to let you know I liked him. The problem is that you kind of resorted to different ways of saying the same argument. It was all about efficiency. It was all about it kind of matching his tone. If there was a little more in there, I would have loved it. But I got to tell you, I think Jake had a lot of like varied and good and different angles. And so I got to give it to Jake for this. Round 1 classroom goes to Jake and to Super Seducer.
Thank you, Judge. You made the right decision.
Bullshit.
Don't pander to me either. All right, let's get to round 2, the lesson. Now, this is the method and the madness. These are the techniques and the lessons each game teaches you to become a master of seduction. Since Jake took round 1, JB, you are going to do opening statement. You have 1 minute. And go.
Leisure Suit Larry has the most important lesson for Luke. Just be yourself. Unapologetically yourself, even if yourself is vile and disgusting. Because the one thing women love more than stand-up guys who are nice to them and just real people is confidence. Along with that, Leisure Suit Larry has many subpoints that are no less as important to learn if you're going to be dating the modern woman. Number the first, watch MacGyver. Like binge watch that shit. Every season, every movie, the SNL sketch MacGruber, all of it. Find random stuff in your house, duct tape it together, see what happens. Basically, act like a crow trying to get food out of a plastic container because tool use, especially improvised tool use, is the key to women's hearts. When you find the perfect combination of a condom, Szechuan sauce, and a priceless painting, you become irresistible to your date. Next, nothing matters. Not your looks, not your qualifications, nothing. The only thing that matters is your number because bigger number equals better person. Find something you have a high number in and ride that shit straight to the bank. The Babe Bank. Twitter followers, money, number of times you committed tax evasion. It doesn't matter. Just get that big number. Last but not least.
And that's time.
Oh no, I didn't say what was last but not least. Oh no.
Round 2, the lesson. Jake, this time you have your 1 minute opening beginning now.
Our Lord and Savior, Richard La Ruina, has reduced 25 years of seduction experience into an irresistible, 100% guaranteed step-by-step path of sexual domination that no woman, no matter how smart, beautiful, and worthy of respect they are, can resist. King Richard takes the Sigma grind set to levels never before experienced by mere mortals and is gracious enough to share it with us lowly bottom feeders so that we can hope to experience the same sexual nirvana that he lives every single day. By the end of this game, you will be a master of the Sigma grind set. You will have any woman you want, and you will have the confidence to navigate all 10 social interactions to perfection. And you will die of old age surrounded by beautiful women. And that is Richard La Ruina's ironclad guarantee with this game.
Amazing opening statements, and it's very funny that one of you always goes over, one comes under. No implications there. But let's get to the meat and potatoes again of this major battle. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Super Seducer teaches you that every woman can fall for the same tricks. Sorry, Mom. It's true. And when you play this game, that's the lesson you learn. And you don't just learn that lesson, you learn every single trick in the book to get it done. No matter the woman, no matter the scenario, because there's only 10, you will learn what it takes to get it done. And Luke will be the alpha Chad fucking mega bro that will crush every single woman he ever meets.
You're right,
by the
Jake.
end of this game.
You will learn what it takes to get all those LA 10s. And you know what it is? Looking like a Greek god with your long hair and your accent and being like hot and stuff. Like that's what this game teaches you. It doesn't teach you what it's like for the real man. You know, even in your opening statements, you know what I heard more than anything else? Richard La Ruina, our God, our Savior, the holier than thou, the best man ever to walk the planet. I want to kiss his biceps. That's what I heard. You relied so hard on just that man, and so does the game. These techniques do not work for your average man. No, Luke needs something that'll work no matter what, and that's what this game gives him. Leisure Suit Larry teaches the people who can't just get babes on their looks how to actually have a conversation, how to give women what they want.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Super Seducer was about a game that teaches somebody, no matter how beautiful they are and no matter their social class, none of that matters. It can teach anybody of all walks of life to get any woman they want. Oh my God. It teaches you the steps for everybody. It's all inclusive.
Yeah.
Also, are you saying Luke isn't an attractive guy?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when your number one tip is to say nothing and smile and dance near them, you're not relying on anything but your looks. That is the only thing you're relying on that. And that is what Super Seducer gives you. It gives you ways to interact with people because your good looks disarm them. But Leisure Suit Larry, you're not disarming anyone. You're coming in hot. And that's what Luke needs. You need trial by fire because that's the stuff that really pays off in the end. You got to, like, the number one lesson I think that Leisure Suit Larry gives you is that humans are only important if they can provide something to you. Like, human relationships are transactional by nature, and that's just it. You find the right combination of items, you give them to the girl, they love you now, and that's just how humans work. I mean, I've played dating sims.
I think Super Seducer boils that down even further. There's only so many tricks in the book, and this game gives you all of them. It's 100%, man. Luke's going to go in there with these lessons and everything that he learns from this game, and he's going to know what to say in every single situation. If he meets a girl on the sidewalk, he's going to know what to say. If he meets a girl with two girls, he knows what to say. If he's friend-zoned with a girl, he's going to know what to say. All 10 scenarios are covered in this, and they are ironclad. I don't know how else to say it to you, man. With Leisure Suit Larry, all it teaches you is that if you jump through 1,000,001 hoops, some girl who's not that great might give you sort of a shot. And why would you go with that when you can go with success every single time?
Well, number one, because it's realistic. I mean, we're not all Richard LaUina, the god, right? We walk around just like normal people. We put on our pants 2 legs at a time, just like everybody else. We hop up in that shit. So you can't tell me those are the 10 scenarios. There's more than 10 scenarios, and that's where this game comes in because it teaches you not the correct responses for specific encounters. It teaches you how to think. You have to solve these problems on your own. You got to figure out these women. You need to listen to them and give them what they want. You need to figure out that specific book that the hipster coffee owner has wants to be given to the girl who wants it. You know?
You know? Let me throw another name at you. Jesus Christ.
Sounds objection.
Not every single person is Jesus Christ. No, listen here. I'm going somewhere. Not every single person is Jesus Christ, but his teachings led people out of damnation or something. Richard LaUina's lessons will teach everybody to be seduction gods. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
you can't
matter.
compare to Richard Waluigi to Jesus. That's
yes,
teacher.
you can, because you're leaning pretty hard on how beautiful he is.
That has nothing to do with the lesson.
Nah, you're going on pretty far. You're going on pretty far with how Richard LaUina can only do it.
I did not hit her. I did not.
All right. I'm going to call it. This is devolving, and 5 minutes is up. I love that battle. I'm going to start with JB every time so he doesn't
lost again. Oh my God.
He doesn't undermine my technique. JB, you brought up some very interesting points. You made it personal. You said Luke is not LaUina. He needs to learn to be versatile and use effective real-life methods. And what's real life to him? Video games. Mm-hmm. And what is video games and dating? Dating sims.
Real life.
And that spoke to me. Now, Jake, you make a lot of good points. LaUina does teach the methods, and not all of them are bupkis. Several of them are actually very good points. And he does look like Jesus. But that's neither here nor there.
Can I object to the judge? That's the teacher.
We're
talking about teacher now.
Gavel,
every point is he's hot.
Gavel,
every point.
Gavel.
All right.
Every point was not that he was hot. Every point was that he was generous. He's a generous teacher.
Every point is he.
But the thing that spoke to me the most was how Luke needs to learn. And how does Luke need to learn? In a very video game way, in a dating sim way. And let's say it's kind of sad. Luke's not, he's not Mr. Smooth. What could work the best for him? underhanded bribery kind of subservient worshiping of this woman, giving her what she wants. That all spoke to me. I grew up playing dating sims. JB takes round 2 the lesson.
Of course I do.
My goodness.
I'm sorry. He knew to speak to me and to Luke personally. He won that round. But let's see if Jake can take it back in round 3, the teacher. This round is about the man, the myth, the legend himself. Richard La Ruina.
Rigged.
Son of a bitch himself. And Larry Laffer, the walking genetic cesspile. We're going to start with opening statements, this time with Jake. Jake, your 1 minute begins now.
Richard La Ruina, world-renowned pickup artist. I mean, what can I say at this point? Every meek British word that falls out of his thin lips makes every woman in a 10-mile radius quake with ecstasy. Cleaning crews follow his every footstep just to mitigate the inevitable deluge preceding his arrival. He is a god amongst gods and is generous enough to share the forbidden secrets of seduction to us lowly beta cucks. This man has never, ever known rejection, which makes him the absolute best teacher Luke will ever know. Third basing it into potential long-term necking is virtually guaranteed if Luke follows Richard La Ruina's instruction, and I'm willing to bet my life on it. The super seducer, as he is known in the ancient texts, is the apex predator of women, and Luke will never know a better teacher.
I fucking love that. JB, the teacher, opening statement. You have 1 minute. Begin.
Larry Laffer, aka Leisure Suit Larry, is the perfect person to teach Luke. He's kind of weird, he has a high nasally voice, and he's a problem solver. Larry is the perfect teacher because he's comfortable in his own disgusting skin. He's down for literally anything, so he's not shy, he's open to experiences, and he's honestly pretty disgusting. He's super helpful, you know, when it serves him, because it leads to getting women in bed. Yeah, he's disgusting, and he's willing to go above and beyond, and literally nothing will stop him on his quest for some booty. He sticks to his guns no matter who he has to hurt along the way. He's disgusting, and that's the type of disgusting person, a mistake of a person, really, that you want teaching Luke, or even yourself how to date, because despite all of these shortcomings, of which there are many, he still seals the deal. That's the guy who has the secret.
Interesting. I liked it. Okay, 2 amazing opening statements taking different ways. Let's get to the main battle. 5 minutes on the clock. And begin.
Let me ask you this question. Why would you go with the person who has to shoot 1,000,000 times to get one? Why would you want that as your teacher? Someone you claim as disgusting. Why would you not want the one who gets it right every single time? If I'm going to school, I don't want somebody who's like, you know, I wrote a bunch of shit on the board and some of this is right. I'm going to go to the person who gets it done, who has the tenure, who has the knowledge and the ability to teach me. Richard La Ruina has that. He's the best teacher for Luke.
The answer is simple. It's context, right? If I want to learn how to play basketball, I don't go to Shaq because he's going to sit there and he's going to, well, you just be 8 feet tall and you just put your hand up there and you win. Like, that doesn't help me at all. I'm not 8 feet tall. I can't put my hand up in there when Richard La Ruina is like, hello, why don't you come back to my flat? We can have a bottle of wine. And it's like, yes, I do want to. But when you have Laffer, he's sitting there just like, hey guys, you wanna eat some cheese out of a shoe? And they're like, yeah, I do, Larry Laffer. And there's something about him. That's the thing. That's the key. What does he know? That's the one you want to reach out to. Not the one who's had it easy his whole life. You want the one who struggled because they learned through the hardness. They know what paths to take. The person who had it easy, they don't know what to do when things are rough.
You're saying that Luke should follow Larry Lafferty? What's his name? It doesn't matter. Mr. Larry, Leisure Suit Larry, he should follow his instruction and fish shit out of sewers and eat cheese out of shoes and try to make other people happy in his pursuit of happiness himself.
Yes.
Richard La Ruina does not try to make other people happy in his pursuit of happiness. Luke deserves happiness. He doesn't deserve to go through the shit to get to what he wants. He doesn't deserve to bend over for 10,000 other people just in the hopes of getting the number of a girl he's kind of okay with. He deserves what he wants when he wants it. Richard LaRena can do that for him if he goes under his tutelage. Leisure Suit Larry is not a teacher to put you on the path of happiness. It's a path of desperation. It's a path of being miserable until somebody notices you. Richard LaRena does not do that. He will teach Luke how to be happy and get what he wants when he wants it.
Richard LaRena is just not a good teacher because his entire method of being is just creepy. Like, we played the same game and I was uncomfortable. Like, imagine being approached on the street by this guy who just stares at you and asks questions for an hour. It's kind of ridiculous if you really think about it. Like, the women, like, yeah, they were acting, but they seemed legitimately uncomfortable. Like, the way he was saying it was very sleazy, and you could obviously tell he was up to some weird game. His eye movements, the way he would bite his lip, it was cringe world. But Larry Laffer, I never felt cringe. He was just himself. He wasn't trying to be someone else. He wasn't trying to pick up the chicks. His very nature picks up chicks. He doesn't have to try because it's just who he is. It's his life.
Every word out of Larry's mouth is a fart joke. The guy is a walking fart joke. That is not a good teacher for Luke. Do you want Luke to walk around the office in a shitty, outdated suit saying, wow, do you have a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants. Or do you want Luke to be like, hey, I just smashed it with 10 girls in the water closet, guys. Smell you later, bitches. I don't know, man. That sounds like a better life Luke's living right there.
I don't know. Would you rather have Luke come in and be like, listen, I just trapped a hamster inside a condom and I filled it with blueberry jelly? Or do you want the Luke that shows up and he goes, which one of you friends is the good one? Like, which Luke do you really want?
That one, because he's probably happier in that scenario.
No, he's playing a part.
Why would I want the life of Larry Lafferty? Whatever his name, Mr. Leisure Suit Larry. Why would I want that life for Luke? Why would I want that for my friend? Why would I not want him to have success in everything he does and be able to achieve success anytime he wants it? Richard LaRena is going to teach that to Luke.
I think Luke is good enough on his own. He doesn't need to pretend to be somebody else, and that's what Lafferty. No, that's not his name. It's Laffer. That's what Larry Laffer gives. It's just be yourself, be you, and be unapologetically you. And the women that appreciate you will make themselves known. And yes, you may strike out a few times, but that's good. It builds character.
And that's time. All right, what a battle. You guys went for each other's throats and went for each other's seducers' throats, but I gotta pick somebody. So I'm gonna go between the two. I'm gonna start with JB again so he doesn't decipher my techniques.
Larry, I already read you like a book. Like the book I got from the game and gave to that girl.
Larry Laffer is definitely, you made a good point. You both have been making the same point the whole round, all 3 rounds, which is Larry Laffer is so aligned with Luke. He's even sounds like Luke. He is a video game character like Luke. He goes through the kooky shit and the chaos that Luke goes through. You know, LaRena doesn't have that personal connection with Luke. They're complete opposites because he's British. But
yep, we all know IT is the opposite of British. Yep.
Well, I think he actually worked in IT, but that's neither here nor there. LaRena possibly is so different in a good way. It may be the inverse. It may be that's exactly what Luke needs, because maybe Larry Laffer is Luke. Maybe Luke has been trying all the desperate stuff that Larry Laffer has. He's meek, he's timid, he stumbles his words. How's that any different? He needs a new, fresh take, and that new, fresh take is LaRena. So the obvious answer that we all know, it's gotta be LaRena. He looks like Jesus. He is the savior right, for baby. Luke. It is LaRena to win the teacher round. So what does that make it? That makes it a 2-1 matchup. And that means the runner-up, JB, Larry Laffer, is going to get 1 minute to passionately state their case, not bound by any rules, not bound by any round themes. They will get an open bar of 1 minute discussion to see if they can sway me, the final judge. JB,
listen,
are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your 1 minute begins now.
Listen, LaRena, it's a fun thing to say. He's a fun person to look at. He's fun to listen to. I get it. a lot of the heavy lifting is on his broad shoulders. And I get that. This was a hard category to win. But what you have to understand is that those techniques do not work for everybody. They just don't. If Luke goes out there and does the things that La Ruina does, he's going to end up worse than Larry Laffer does. He's going to end up not just in a dumpster, but in the sewer. Like, he's going to end up in such a bad place. And the thing about Larry Laffer from Leisure Suit Larry is he always comes out on top. Not true for La Ruina. You can go into a bad place. You have to start over completely. But with Larry Laffer, he always ends up on top. He figures it out. He muscles through because that's what real people do. When you want something good enough, that is the key lesson that I probably should have talked about, is that it's worth it to continue and power through and do what you need to do to get the job done. And the thing about La Ruina is he gives up at the first sign of trouble. The moment it's done, he goes, nope, bad answer, start over, he lose.
That's time. But a very passionate, well-made argument. You don't make this easy on me, do you? Oh, shit.
Can I object? Can I object a little real quick here and say that you don't start over? He just tells you why the answer was wrong and then holds your hand and guides you through to make the right answer on your own.
Is this your minute? I don't think so. I was told no rules. I was told no rules.
Yeah, ain't no.
And you're
ain't no
objecting
rule.
for not following the rules? What?
Ain't no rule say Jake can't just
gavel.
talk casually.
Objection to his objection?
Gavel. Yeah, stricken from the record.
Thank you, Judge.
But we still heard it, but stricken and removed. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Record.
It still goes in my brain. I can't stop it.
But it's not on the record.
Yeah. Okay. Jury, disregard that. Best of luck. Okay. The winner is.
Super Seducer.
Yeah,
La
baby,
Ruina,
that's
Jesus,
right.
the man himself,
Woo!
the myth, the legend. Jake takes the cake.
That was actually really awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's no surprise that I think we all hated these games real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of fun to argue the point, man. And you made a lot of good points. And honestly, it was anyone's game.
It really was.
Yeah. I think honestly, it was a little bit rigged. And are you part of the bar? Like, do you have your bar license? How do judges?
I go
work?
to the bar 3 times a week, JB.
How do I call?
I think I know what I'm talking about.
Well, I was thinking about like Cowboy. As a judge, like who do I have to call to get him disbarred? Maybe
I was accredited by an online college. Don't you dare judge me.
It's fine. I'll just Google it. Mistrial for sure. Mistrial. Oh, hey, I think we missed a few calls from Luke.
Wait, really? Anne usually handles that, right?
Anne, why didn't you mention Luke was calling? Anne?
I think she's still gone. Can you just call him back?
Oh, you mean star 69 him? It's been a minute since I star 69 someone.
No, no, just call him back on the phone.
What?
Oh, a little built-in 69 him button. That's nice.
Nice.
No.
Oh, thank God you guys called me back.
Oh, Luke, hey, how's it going?
Not good, fellas. I'm at this speed dating event for that matchmaking app, and I'm absolutely bombing. It's like I'm doing a no-hit speed run for getting rejected.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah, tell me about it. My dating MMR is already at silver. Any more rejection and they'll move me down to bronze league, and I'll be paired up with the kind of women who scream at waiters or watch Downton Abbey. I can't do that, guys.
Look, it's fine. It's okay. We're here to help. We just finished reviewing the games, and we found out that Super Seducer is going to be the game to help you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Perfect timing. My next date is starting. Hi there.
Hi there. My name's June. Like the month, I'm a farm girl NPC from Honeydew Grove. And I should just let you know up front, I love beets and turnips equally. I know it's bad, but I just can't choose.
Hi there. One second. Oh, jeez, I'm so nervous. You guys gotta tell me what to say.
You already said hi.
Okay, no, I got you. I'm texting you a killer opening line right now. Check your phone.
Okay. Wow, turnips. Okay, very cool. I like nuts. Do you live around here?
No, I live on a farm in Honeydew Grove. Were you listening, sugar?
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, farm. Really cool. I actually like that. I work in IT and I'm very passionate about my job. Do you have a job?
Yes. Farming. On the farm I live on, in Honeydew Grove.
Okay, alright, yeah, great. Yeah, definitely. Well, if you're not busy, do you want to maybe get coffee with me?
We're literally already on a date. Like right now. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm out of here.
Cool, yeah, walking away. I like to do that too from time to time. So, what's your preferred... Oh, she's gone. Hey, what happened?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't ask enough questions. I'd double down on them next time.
No, listen, I got the next one.
Oh my god, hi. Luke? It's so nice to meet you. I'm Rebecca. What game are you from?
Oh, Cyborg Future War. Hey, how'd you know my name?
Your name tag, silly. That's why they gave them to us.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot.
Well, I'm from Peppertown too, and I just love dogs. Do you have any dogs? I run the adoption agency, and I have like 6 dogs at any time.
Let me see. No, Luke, I got this. Just check your phone and follow my lead.
Okay. Oh, no, that's too many dogs. It's like you're a crazy cat lady, but with, like, dogs. I totally get jealous of all the attention you give them.
But they're rescues. They have nowhere else to go.
Plus, it's like, I'm a girl, I love dogs, so I'm gonna open a dog shop, blah, blah, blah. It's a little on the nose, right? Or on the snout. Yeah, you get it? Like on the snout?
How dare you? I love my dogs. Get him, Sir Fluffykins!
What? Oh, no. Down, Sir Fluffykins, down! Ah! Oh, God! Oh, hey, can I get your number? Ow! Hey! Ow! Hey! Stop! Get off! Ugh.
Well, I guess negging doesn't actually work. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh, is that what I told her to do? I thought negging was like a combination of nodding and agreeing.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't know if these are working, guys.
Here, I got this. We need to be more subtle, gentler.
My name is Ivy. I am from Berserker Babes 4. And you are?
Luke.
You smaller than most heroes Ivy been with. Puny even. This might be good thing. Interesting.
Okay, that's good, I guess. Terrifying. I'm not sure.
Luke, listen, check your phone. I got something that's gonna work, okay?
Okay. So, you're pretty experienced at fighting then?
Ivy not met a challenger whose skull I not crushed between my hands.
Sexy, yeah. I like it. So you wouldn't mind wrestling around with me a little, huh?
You have issue a challenge. I am bound by blood oath to accept.
What now?
Prepare yourself, puny man.
Ow!
You have lost. Ivy no longer desire you.
Oh, come on. I mean, I was just starting to enjoy it. Dang.
Really?
Yeah, I like strong women.
Guys, this isn't going well. Maybe we should just tell Luke that we can't help him.
No way, we can't give up. We gotta prove that we can be good friends to Luke.
Oh, I guess there's one more date. Okay, guys, I think I've learned a lot. I got this. Hi, my name is Luke. Oh, God! Oh, my eyes! Oh, it burns! I only said hi! Ah! What did I do wrong? Why don't I have game? Why don't I have game?
That's not good.
Okay, I guess now we can give up.
Yep. Well, that's our show, everybody. As always, I'd like to thank Metroid Mike for the use of our theme song, I Can't Break, off of the album Heart of the Juggernaut. Buy it on Bandcamp. Every single dollar feeds his son adamantium so his bones grow big and strong so he can hold that crazy strong carapace that he's been growing for months now. And frankly, it takes a lot of nuclear energy to keep that thing going. I don't know what's up there. And always thanks to Inky Danny for the use of our beautiful artwork. You see it every time you look at our beautiful podcast, and we use it in other stuff too. Thank you so much. Also, big shout out and thank you to Josh and producer Becca from Bad Elephant Gaming. Thank you so much for your participation in today's episode, baby.
And thank you so much for engaging with us with our first ever Ask the Intern. It went so well, so keep doing that. Go out to our Discord, go out to our Instagram, our Twitter. We're everywhere. We ask those questions, answer them on Spotify. You can even answer them directly on your podcast app. It's wonderful. So thank you so much for engaging with us and keep doing it.
And I, Cowboy, want to thank you so much for the simple fact of listening to our show. It's what keeps us going. Those little ticks, the love we receive everywhere, we appreciate it so much. And if you want to give back to us that love, why don't you back up on Spotify? I know you're on Spotify. Scroll up and there is a rate button. If you want to hit 5 stars, go ahead. Or if you think less, rethink your life and your opinions. But that's fine. Go to rate and review us on anything that you can find. And I want to tell you one thing not to forget, and that's don't forget to stay for the post-credit sequence. We still have them. It's a major part of what happens here at Game Corp. And then I need you to get the fuck out of here.
Good night, everybody!
Good night.
Or morning.
Luke, what are you doing in here?
Oh, Anne? Is that you? Everyone's been looking for you.
How did you know I was in the server room?
Actually, I didn't. I just hide out here when I need to get away from things, you know? It's a pretty good place to chill out.
Oh, I see. Because the room is kept cold. That's funny.
Thanks. Anyway, what are you doing in here?
Same. I just needed to be alone. And the servers have a lot of unused space.
Oh, do you want me to go?
No. You can stay. We can just be alone. Together.
Huh. Yeah.
Heard you were dating again. Sounds like they went bad.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. When I was a hotshot programmer working at Yodel, every cold groupie from here to ITT Tech couldn't keep their hands off me.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, but not so much now that I'm just some basement-dwelling IT guy who's become obsolete.
Hey, it's their loss. Maybe it's you who shouldn't be impressed by them.
Yeah. You know, I was telling her a very interesting anecdote about a network outage and she just kept looking at me like she didn't know what a SATA cable was.
I bet she thinks Java is short for JavaScript.
Right? I actually did ask her if she was into Java and she said, I love Starbucks, like, duh, clueless, am I right?
Ha 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 ha.
I really liked her too. But we're just not compatible. It's like every single date said they were into 3 things. It's like travel and shopping and adventure.
Bitches love adventure.
Yeah, but I just want someone who I can spend nights with, sitting in front of a nice cozy firewall and decompiling network code together. Is that so much to ask?
I'm certain that if you keep looking, you'll find someone like that. Or something.
Yeah, maybe.
By the way, while we were talking, I updated all the firmware on the servers. And tuned up the firewall.
Aw, Anne, you always know how to cheer me up. Thanks.
It's what I'm here for.
Well, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.